Welcome, everyone, to Berkeley and California Memorial Stadium, where they've been filing in since early this morning, ready to support their sturdy Golden Bears. This game has been more than prominent on the radar for several weeks, and now it has arrived in the form of a late-season top-5 clash. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the California Golden Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Ducks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. First down for this offense. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Offense getting set for first down. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
And guys, this 3rd and long is not exactly how they drew it up. Hopefully it's not an indication of what we'll see the rest of the game. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, California.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Pressure coming. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
The Golden Bears will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
They'll line up for a second down play. Little touch pass to the receiver. Past the 40. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on second down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. To the air, it's Irvin. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Knocked off his feet.
Hey, these wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. On the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And the Golden Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback.
Oh, look out! The 40, inside the 30. He's at the 10. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
You know, the field's about 53 yards wide. Got to kick it between those 53 yards, or else the drive will start on the 40. A first down for the offense. A designed run for the quarterback. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The Golden Bears in the hurry-up. They want to run this quarterback. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback will keep it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. This quarterback part of their running game. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on fourth down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Golden Bears decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. and set for a first down play. They're going to test the right side with this one. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top-5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff position.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his big tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle and make a play on the ball.
Motion from the offense. Running to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go from negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man, they convert. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now fresh set of downs.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left and wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. The inside handoff. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. They'll run play action. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
And the Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ducks. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. This offense has a second down play. He'll take it himself. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Now on the move. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
A 3rd and long coming up here. They'll put the tight end in motion. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now facing a 3rd and long. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The Golden Bears will try to pick it up on 4th down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Calls his own number. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, they came into this game believing they could run the football in critical down and distances, and they did it right there on that 4th down.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Looking to the big tight end. Freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll try to get outside. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Field goal is good. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The kickoff team out there getting set. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making a big tackle in the open field.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Keep it on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. They're bringing heat. Going to try to get it himself. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory, and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
This is a designed run. Past the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, dude, in today's football, I'm not starting a team without a guy that can do that at the quarterback spot. You see it. He hits the gas, pulls it down quickly, and just goes. Whether he's reading something, whether he's throwing, he is always a threat to run the football. It completely changes the way you play defense.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And here comes the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Oh, he missed it. No good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
The play action fake. Looking for an open area to his left. Here's the shuffle pass. It's complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, they're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Back to throw, it's Irvin. Flushed out of the pocket. He fires it out to the right. Pulls it in. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. I mean, again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Direct snap. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Here comes the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Firing to the right, complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. That toss to the fullback fooled no one, at least no one who was on defense.
And those are the plays, Reese, that you need to fool somebody. That's not a guy you give the football to very often. This is a look.
Afterburners coming. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And what a play call. You can feel maybe a little bit of aggressiveness. This defensive line flying upfield. What do? Throw a screen right behind it. Get it to your running back. Let him do the rest. Chew up some yardage and make the big play for the offense.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Wide receiver shows motion. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Irvin. He's right on target. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They move the tight end all over. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Finding an escape route. Off he goes. Keeps it himself and gets the first. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Quarterback keeps it. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Defense was confused, and the head coach uses a timeout. Here comes the offense on second down. Using his feet. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
And these design QB runs, man, they really test the physicality of this defense. Knowing this quarterback's going to toe the rock, they know that there's now an extra blocker, so somebody on defense is going to have to make a superhuman effort, get off a block and make a play. They could not get that done.
Here comes the two-point try. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Just going to keep it after the snap. He goes in for the 2, and now they've got it down to 10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. On the move. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Irvin. Looking for space to the left. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
He gets a block. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Movement here from the tight end. A run for the quarterback. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Golden Bears moving quickly to the line. Looks as if he's going to run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Quarterback keeper. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And he's a little bit short, but how about the effort? At least he laid out. You see so many quarterbacks slide nowadays to protect themselves. He laid out for the first down. Unfortunately, he's a little bit short.
The Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. On the move. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
On the move. From that spot on the field, this is the area that we expert commentators call no man's land. So the call makes sense.
You have to go for it. You know, situation where you're in field goal range for maybe elite kickers. But, dude, go for it. You're not going to have anything to lose. Field position will still be okay. You got to go for it in these situations.
Coming after it. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Fast motion from the offense. Handoff from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. A designed run for the quarterback. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that 4th down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Trying play action. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the Ducks will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Now they'll run it to the right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks. A fresh set of downs after that 4th down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And the Golden Bears racing to the line in a hurry-up. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They've been running it, but now the pass. And it's picked off.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
A strong, methodical, workman-like effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.